Hey, this is Oxford Dry Fire Training Cards and Upgraded Shooter. And I get asked all the time about laser training platforms, which one I use, which ones I like, and which ones I recommend. And so today, we're going to talk about 5 of them. And as you can see, I have all 5 of these. I know people from the companies for each of these, and each of them has their own unique advantages and places where they fit best for particular situations. So we're going to get right into it and compare these and see which one's the best fit for you. So I'm going to start off with the SIRT, and you can get these at dryfirepistol.com, and SIRT stands for Shot Indicating Resetting Trigger. They're a great tool for training. As you can see, they're based off of the Glock. SIRT, the shot indicating, is because it has a laser, and resetting trigger is because the trigger resets each time you press it without having to rack the slide. And this was created and designed by Mike Hughes, who was runner-up on season 3 of the TV show Top Shot. And it's a great training tool. You can swap out Glock sights on it. You can put accessories on it like you would on a regular Glock. It has a weighted magazine, so you can practice reloads, and a lot of great features. It's a very good pistol for high volume training. You can do light striking with it, so you can simulate going from shooting to having a malfunction and going straight into striking with your pistol rather than trying to reduce the malfunction or reloading. All great things. A couple of drawbacks on it. Things that you need to know. They're not bad. I've got 7 of these, so it obviously wasn't a problem for me. Number 1, if you use a Safariland holster with a hood over the back, there are engagement issues with it. I do not have any problem with any of the open top holsters that I use, and that's a very rare problem, but it is out there. Second thing is there's no slide release, and what I have done is cut into my SIRTs where the slide release is, so that I have tactile feedback when I'm hitting it during my practice reloads. So if I'm out here and I do a reload, I still want to swipe the side of the frame even though there isn't a button there. And with that tactile feedback, I know that I'm hitting it every time. And when I transition back to real steel, it's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. The slide does not move on the SIRT. There's some pretty sophisticated electronics in here to make this all work, and as a result, it needs to be fixed. In order to get a reciprocating slide and all the functionality that it currently has, probably be twice or more as expensive. And when it comes down to having a 90% solution that people can start using now, or 100% solution that maybe nobody will actually shell out the money for, this was the way to go. They did the right thing by not having a reciprocating slide on here. It is a Glock form pistol, and not everyone shoots Glocks. So they have also made an M&P version, and the M&P version is in the form of an M&P. Again, it's shot indicating, resetting trigger. Sights can be swapped out, and you can do reloads on it, just like with the other one. Accessories, great platform, especially if you're using an M&P or other pistols that have a grip similar to an M&P. The next one is the Pocket Pistol, and you can get these at pocketdryfirepistol.com. And again, shot indicating, resetting trigger. You can swap out the sights. You cannot do mag changes on these, but there's an interesting, what they did, I'm going to grab something here. They have base plates, and you can pop out the pins and change the base plate depending on what kind of real steel you have, what kind of pistol you use. So if you want to practice with an M&P with a flush mag, you use the flush extension. If you want to use an extended mag, you use the extended base plate. If you have a small form 380 or other tiny pistol, you can just use the flush mount, or there's a trigger hook, if that, or not a pinky hook, if that is the way that your mag extension is configured. This has been a great pistol, and what I found is something very interesting on it. I normally shoot a Glock 26, and Glock 26 is roughly this size, but it's this width. And both of these work very good for practicing with the Glock 26, with the subcompact Glocks. Even though this is a little bit narrower, it handles more closely to how the Glock 26 handles. Either one of them are great for training for using a Glock 26. I still prefer this one, the full size, just because of the fact that you can do mag changes with it. One of the interesting things on the SIRTs that is also very nice is if you want to, you can cut them down so that they match a Glock 19 if you shoot a Glock 19, or a Glock 26 if you shoot a Glock 26. You don't want to change the slide length, but you can change the grip so that it matches your real steel. Next one I want to talk about is from Laser Ammo, and this is an airsoft pistol that has a laser barrel insert in it. So what you do is you remove the airsoft barrel and put this one in, and then you can shoot laser. I've got this one set for IR laser, infrared, so it's not visible, and that way you can shoot it at a screen and not track where the laser is going. And there's some advantages to doing that. There's some disadvantages to doing it, but it's nice to have a mix. What you want to do on these is push I'm going to see if I can make this show up. Yeah, right there. That's a piece of blue painter's tape, and what you do is you pull this down, pull the follower down, and jam a piece of painter's tape in there, and then let it back up. And what happens is that keeps the slide from locking back when you press the trigger. So you end up with a reciprocating slide. And they use green gas, and green gas is just a propane and silicone gas, and you recharge them by tipping it upside down and putting it into the magazine. Now, one of the drawbacks with any airsoft pistol is that the gas is held in the magazine. And what that means is this is heavy, and it's heavy regardless of whether or not it's full or empty. So you don't want to drop them on hard ground. You don't want to drop them on rocks or concrete, because things will break, and especially if the lip happens to hit wrong, it will break. You can use carpet. You can use carpet samples. There's a lot of solutions to it. I've been using airsoft for training for 12, 13 years, and it just really isn't a problem if you train within the constraints that you have with airsoft. And they're not many, but you can still do reloads. They're going to be a little bit different. You saw right there, I fumbled a little bit, and the reason was the lip will catch on the side of the mag well. Not a big deal if you're doing what you should and looking before you insert the mag. It's not a problem at all. The next one is the Coolfire trainer, and this has been really slick. And what we've got here is, this is my Glock 17. And what I did was swapped out the barrel, swapped out the spring, and the barrel is a CO2 tank. And on the end here, what we've got is a laser module. So you shoot and you get recoil. And as you can hear and as you can see, it's a decent amount of recoil. And the warmer the gun is, the better the recoil. So with that, you can practice your recoil management much more effectively than you can with a pistol that doesn't have recoil. Now, let me qualify that, because basically what you want to do is practice the grip that you need to manage recoil, and you verify and validate it with live fire. So you can still practice recoil management without any recoil at all. But this helps you verify and validate that what you're doing is correct and is going to actually manage recoil and bring the sights back into alignment the way that you want in a timely manner after each shot. One of the interesting things on these is that they're because they use a gas, they're highly dependent on temperature. So you may end up with only 10 shots before you have to recharge it if it happens to be really cold out. If it's warm out, then you get several more shots, and they have ways to extend the capacity of these. One of the things that I found both with CO2 and with airsoft is that if I use a heating pad, a plug-in heating pad, and hand warmers, pocket hand warmers, to warm the gas and the gun in cold situations, then it works way, way better. Now, one of the strengths of the SIRT compared to both of these is noise. And it sounds kind of funny, but there's 3 situations that I've run into where noise is an issue for dry fire. One is neighbors if you happen to be somewhere with thin walls. The second is if you have kids sleeping in the house and you do the majority of your dry fire training either really early or really late when other people are asleep. And the third thing is pets. We've got one dog who runs to the sound of gunfire. We've got another dog who absolutely hates seeing a gun. And these are fine. They do not bother the skittish dog. These make her run away. So it's something to keep in mind, that if you want quiet, then you're going to be better off with the SIRT. If noise is not a problem, then the guns that cycle are going to be a better solution. Now, one of the things that a lot of people ask for is a 1911 version of the SIRT. Well, you can get it with both of these. If you want your real trigger and everything about your gun except for the barrel and the spring, then Coolfire is the way to go. If you just want a 1911 analog that will allow you to do high volume dry fire training with a laser indicator, then the laser ammo is a great solution for you. Oh, one thing real quick on the Coolfire. There is a code that you can enter, OX18, OX18, at checkout to get a discount. So don't miss that. And then both of these, the regular SIRT and the Pocket Pistol, have a discount if you go to dryfirepistol.com and pocketdryfirepistol.com. Let's see, the covered temperature, covered noise. One of the other things that is very nice about the SIRTs is they are not guns. And what that means is that you can leave them out 24/7, and if a child gets a hold of them, there's not going to be a negligent discharge. If they get stolen, it wasn't a gun that got stolen. It was an inert training tool. The airsoft is pretty darn safe. There's some issues with the gas that you may not want to have them out. You may want to have them somewhere where they're contained. Basically, just use safe storage rules that you'd use for a regular airsoft pistol. The Coolfire, I keep mine locked up. And the reason for that is it is a firearm. It doesn't have a barrel. If you enter live ammo, it's not going to work, but it's still a pistol. If it gets stolen, it's a pistol that got stolen. It has a serial number, and it can be made functional just by swapping out the barrel and the spring. All three of these have been great, great tools. For mag changes, these are great, and the Coolfire is great. What the Coolfire does is it uses your real magazine with a follower that depresses the spring so that it doesn't catch when the slide goes back and forth. And of course, mag changes on the laser ammo, because it's airsoft based, you need to be a little bit more careful with it. If you have questions, let me know below and I'll answer them. That's all for now. Have a great day. And oh, actually, one last thing. This one you can get at drifirepistol.com. This one at pocketdryfirepistol.com. This one at nextleveltraining.com, laser-ammo.com, and coolfiretrainer.com, and use the discount code OX18 at checkout. That's it for today. Take care.